He tells us that Khalid ibn al-Walid was leading the prayer, and when he led the prayer, he led with short ayahs from the end of the Quran, and he did mistakes. And then after the prayer, he told the people, forgive me, I got so busy with al-jihad that I did not memorize properly the Quran. Subhanallah, he got so busy. And what we have to understand is the doors to al-Jannah is so many. One of them is the salah, and one is the siyam, and one is the jihad, and one is the Quran. So we have to ask ourselves, which door do we choose? Which one of us, which door have we chosen? And which thing of these do we love the most? That we can go in this door, inshallah. So Khalid ibn al-Walid had chosen the door of al-jihad. And in doing so, he had not memorized as much of the Quran as he should have. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam seen a palace in al-Jannah, and when he asked whose is it, they told him it's for Omar ibn al-Khattab. And there was a servant in the palace, so Rasul looked another way, and he told Omar, when I knew it was your palace, I looked the other way because I know you're jealous. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Allah is jealous, and he loves jealous people, subhanallah, to be jealous for Islam and hudud Allah. So I told him, am I jealous from you, Ya Rasulullah? He said, still, I respect your privacy, and I respected you, subhanallah. And let's look when the Muslims opened Jerusalem, and the people of Bayt al-Maqdis said, we will not give the key unless to the leader of the Muslims. So the Muslim leader sent to Omar ibn Khattab to come to Al-Quds to take the key of Bayt al-Maqdis. And subhanallah, did Omar take an army with him, all the protection? Omar left with him and his servant, and they only had one horse or one ride. And he made a deal with his servant. Each one of us read Surah Al-Baqarah, and each time we read, we exchange who rides. So he would ride half the time, and his servant ride half the time. Which one of us would do such a thing? We don't have to look at our leaders and say they're not doing, but we have to apply it to ourselves. That yes, we take care of others, and we understand that others have needs too. So as they were approaching Al-Quds, the Muslims is praying that Umar ibn al-Khattab will come riding and not his servant. But it was the turn of the servant to go into Al-Quds riding, and Umar ibn al-Khattab is pulling him, subhanallah. And then when he went in and he met the people of Bayt al-Maqdis, they looked at him and they stared at him. And he told them, why are you staring at us? They told him, it is written in our books that he who will take the keys of Bayt al-Maqdis will come in walking and his servant riding. And then they described his dress. They said the dress would have so many patches, 14 or 15 patches, and we were counting how many patches you had in your clothes. Umar ibn al-Khattab, Amir al-Mu'mineen, patches, subhanallah. And how many times while I'm in business, somebody says you have to buy an expensive car or an expensive suit to impress people, subhanallah. Muslims telling us buy expensive cars and expensive suits, while our brothers and sisters are dying of hunger and starvation somewhere. And yet we say we understood Sunnat Rasulullah, and we understand the Sahaba, and we want to be like as Sahaba. If none of us could be like the Sahabas, why do we expect our leaders to be like them? Expensive car and expensive suits to impress people, when this has nothing to do with Islam. Why don't we give this money for the sake of Allah? And know وَمَا النَّصْرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَكِيمِ. And victory will come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.